let's go to the breaking news now this hour. A Soweto man accused of keeping human remains in his fridge is making his first appearance in the Protea Magistrate's Court, that's in Soweto, today. The 26-year-old suspect was rushed to hospital after attempting to take his life, but has since been discharged. The identity of the victim is still unknown. My colleague, reporter Manqoba Mchunu, joining us now for the latest on this case. Manqoba, good afternoon. Yes, this man is appearing in court now for the first time in the Protea Magistrate's Court. What's happening there?
Indeed, but we do understand that the suspect was discharged this morning from hospital. From there, he then went into police cells where he was being questioned by the police officers about this particular gruesome discovery that was made in his fridge. And of course, what we do understand, Badan, is that he has confessed to the police about the murder. But the details, of course, at this particular stage are still very sketchy. Police are not coming out in terms of that. It forms part of the crucial investigation that they are doing into this particular case. But just a short while ago, Badan, the suspect, 26-year-old Flavio Hlabangwani, appearing here at the Protea Magistrate Court. He has been charged with murder, and so far the court hearing that he will be requesting to be represented by a legal aid lawyer. The matter has been postponed to the 22nd of November, and this is for further investigations to continue in this particular matter. Of course, there are still some lingering questions, Bradan, as to who exactly is the victim in this particular case. We have spoke to some of the neighbors in that community in Protea Glen. Of course, we have said that they have their suspicions as to who could the victim be. But of course, at this particular time, we cannot divulge those details as they might compromise this particular case. But one of his friends that we spoke to yesterday, Bradan, saying that, in fact, when he saw those body parts in the plastic bag, what he could tell is that this was a female that was inside those body bags. But as to who that is at this stage, it's still unclear. The police have not confirmed. But what we do understand, Bradan, is that this particular suspect was staying with his live-in girlfriend at his rented house there in Protea Glen, and some of the neighbors alluding to the fact that they haven't seen her for quite some time. But of course, there is no family member that has come forward to try and perhaps find any information. And police are also not confirming at this stage whether there is a missing persons alert or a case that has been opened with them. So the case, Bradan, postponed to the 22nd of November. We do understand that the suspect will be kept at the Moroka police station, where, of course, he's expected to answer more questions about this particular case.
Yeah, just any other details, Manqoba, that may have come to light. I mean, earlier reports suggesting, of course, these body parts found by a girlfriend who was coming there apparently for the first time on a date. I don't know if we know anything about her whereabouts, and she's the one who sort of raised the alarm with the neighbors.
Indeed, Praten. So what we do know about this particular girlfriend is that this was allegedly the new girlfriend of the suspect. And what we're hearing is that they had met on social media about a month ago. So they've been talking for about a month before she then visited him on Friday at his place in Soweto. And that's where she then spent the night, only to make that gruesome discovery on Sunday afternoon. It was around about 1 p.m. when, in fact, the boyfriend, we understand, had gone out to the shops to go and buy food from a nearby Pick and Pay after, of course, the girlfriend had complained that she's hungry and that she was looking for food. So when the boyfriend went out of the room, we understand that that's when the girlfriend then went to the fridge looking perhaps for any food that she can get inside the fridge, and that's where she stumbled on these body parts. But in terms of the live-in girlfriend, there are no details that we know, except for the fact that she had also been living with him for over a year at this particular rented facility. And we do understand that also some of the allegations that are being made and some of the details that we're getting is that the girlfriend might have been from somewhere in Pretoria. But at this particular point, that's all that we do know, and the police at this stage not saying anything beyond that.
Okay, just to recap again for viewers, in case somebody's just joined us, when is the suspect back in court?
Well, but then it's expected to be back in court next week, Monday, and that's when we could hear perhaps if this suspect will then be making a bail application in this court. But for now, the investigations into the matter do continue. Of course, there's still that issue of the missing body parts, the head and the torso of the suspect that have still not been located. What was inside those plastic bags were just the hands and the legs, the parts of the legs that were found in that fridge. So as what happened to the victim's body, that is still unclear. We do understand that he may well have to tell police where exactly those have been concealed. But of course, that forms part of that police investigation, and we will definitely be keeping tabs as to how that is going.
Okay, thank you very much. That's going to proceed next week. That's Manqoba Mchunu there on that breaking news story of that Soweto man who's suspected of having kept human remains or body parts, in a simple language, in the fridge and found by a girlfriend who raised the alarm with the neighborhood and apparently tried to take his life and ended up in hospital. Court appearance brief today, and is going to resume next week.